I promised you guys a Blue Jays video, and here we are. I wanted to upload this after the Jays game was over. They played against the Minnesota Twins today. Now, where do we start? Let's start about how the games themselves have gone. Let's start it right back at the beginning. In Atlanta, we lost 7-4. And then we had a split squad game where we got smushed in both games. Then we lose to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then we destroy the Pittsburgh Pirates 12-0. And then split squad, or not split squad, excuse me. Jays lose 5-4 to the Tigers. Then we tie the Phillies. Then we beat the Yankees, and we lose to the Twins today. Now, people, we cannot be getting worried about this team saying, oh no, they're not playing well. The record sucks. Oh, but this is going to be a tough year to watch. Guys, you got to remember, it's spring training. AA players are getting time. AAA players, A-ball players are getting time. We've got to just look at the players we know and the players we're going to see this year and see how them specifically are doing. Now, if we're looking at some players, Kendrys Morales, guys, is having an absolutely ridiculous spring. I understand it's the spring, but he's hitting .545 in the spring. That's including today's statistics. It's very good. He obviously hit his first home run. I think that was in the Philly game or something like that. He hit that home run, right? He's showing his pop. Like I said, he's hitting .545, which is ridiculous. And then you have Justin Smoak. This is all today's games. I'm just trying to go down the lineup for today. Justin Smoak's only hitting .133, and he has 2 Ks again today. But you know what? Not many guys were in the lineup today that were big-name guys, and really not much big leaguers whatsoever. I mean, you had Morales, you had Smoak, you had Goins, you had Pompey you could throw in there, Siciliani, but other than that, that's it. And the Jays lose, but it picks up an L, but it's really not as bad as it looks, right? And I mean, but if you're looking at a standpoint of positives for this team, we've got to look at a few of them. Kevin Pillar's hitting .333 in the spring. Russell Martin's hitting .667, and he is now probably done for the spring because he's going to play in the WBC. Please stay healthy, Russell. Please. But he's leaving the team, hitting really well. Jose Bautista has been ridiculous in the spring. He's hitting .538. He's got a bunch of RBIs. I mean, he's been fantastic in the spring. He's really got a season to prove for this team, right? I think he's going to have a great year. There's this weird feeling inside me that he's going to have one of those big seasons just to show this team what's up. And, the way I'm trying to look at this team is, can their pitching continue the way they were last year? Can we improve in the bullpen? Because we did lose a lot of pieces. We lost Benoit. We lost Brett Cecil. I mean, there's been a lot of things, right? But what we saw yesterday against the Yankees, we saw Lariano go 2 scoreless innings, giving up 2 hits and striking out 3 guys. We saw Matt Latos, who had the spring invitation, and former really good pitcher for a number of teams, mainly the Cincinnati Reds. He went 2 innings, giving up a couple strikeouts. His ERA in the spring is .225. That's very good. Joe Biagini, he's had a perfect spring, hasn't given up a run at all. He gave up 2 hits and 2 walks in 2 innings, but no runs scored. That's the main thing in baseball, for that matter. And that's off a 3-2 win, right? And then you go to an 8-8 tie against the Phillies. I'm kind of moving back here because just trying to find players we haven't talked about. Ezekiel Carrera's hitting .429 in the spring. He's looking really, really good. And there's a lot of young guys that are not doing well, that aren't looking too bad, because the Leafs, the Jays prospects aren't as bad as a lot of people make them out to be. We made those big trades, yes, but way back, but we still have a lot of good players, and we're seeing some of the good ones. Jay Happ in that game, in that 8-8 tie, you think, oh, he got lit. No, he only went 2 innings, giving up 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. A solid outing. Roberto Osuna, he's been perfect in the spring. He pitched an inning, had a walk and 2 strikeouts. He looked good. Aaron Loup, well, he had an inning and didn't give up a run, but he walked a guy. That sounds about Aaron Loup. And Denny Barnes, we saw him a lot last year. Now, one of the high prospects for the Blue Jays, Connor Green, he has had a rough spring. We have to admit that. But he's a young guy. He's been spring training, trying to impress a bunch of people. And his ERA is 31.5. That's not good. But we just got to give this guy time, this young guy some time. And also Marcus Stroman. I got to find the game, which one that was. Nonetheless, he looked really good in his couple innings of work, right? I thought he was solid, and I mean, when your team wins, you're obviously these guys go to win. I mean, that's just what it is, right? But you're not looking into this game, into each and every game, saying we got to win this, we have to win this. No, we're looking for positives. We're trying to take positives, look at some young guys, see what they're all doing. And Marcus Stroman, in the 2-1 loss to the Pittsburgh Pirates, he pitched 2 innings, had 3 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit, didn't walk a guy. He looked dynamite in that inning. And obviously Osuna with an inning, 2 hits, and a strikeout, so he looked fine there. Ryan Tepera's been perfect in the spring. The guys you want to look at are looking pretty good so far. It's still pretty early in the spring. We still got pretty much, I think it's a month to go. We're just under a month till the first game, the first regular season game. I'm stoked. I am stoked. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pumped to get baseball underway. But you got to go through this. You got to go through the process, and that is spring training. You got to look to see how guys are doing, see if they're getting impressed, see if they're looking better as the spring goes on. See what rookies are like. Whoa, they're looking really good. There are some guys that I've looked at and I'm like, yeah, he looks really good. A few examples: Reese McGuire, the catcher, the guy we got him in the Pittsburgh trade with Lariano. We stole him and Harold Ramirez. You look back at that now, we got Lariano and his contract for with Harold Ramirez and Reese McGuire for Drew Hutchison. I think we'll take that any day. And we got some 2 prospects, possibly a Russell Martin replacement once he gets a little bit older and Reese McGuire gets a little bit better. And, the process, hopefully it goes nice and smooth and Russell's done. Reese McGuire slides in. Boom. If it goes that well, I'd be ridiculously happy. And also, we've seen, Rowdy Tellez. He's kind of had a rough spring, but you know what? He's still a young guy, and he's going to have a great year, most likely in Buffalo. Richard Urania, I think it was in the one that was on TV for the first time. He had a rough defensive game, but, his bat is where he is. I mean, I think he's hitting like 400 in the spring. He's probably going to be in Double-A next year. Maybe as the season goes on, move up to Triple-A, right? There are a lot of young guys on this team and in this spring training that we're watching that are positive players. Anthony Alford, the converted football player where we had really high ceiling for him. One of our top prospects. I think he's looking pretty darn good. So there's a lot of things you got to look at. When the Jays lose, you can't go, dang. You got to go into the stats and you got to go into the thing and you got to listen to the game, watch the game, and say, okay, I like what he's doing. He got out, but he was a solid hit. That was a great looking hit. Or great pitch, just a much better. It's just a lucky piece of contact. That's what you got to look at. And you got to look at the stats and say, okay, Pompey was 0 for 4. Tough night. It's okay. Goins was 1 for 3. His average is coming up. He hit he didn't hit a shot, but he had an RBI. That's what you got to look at when it comes to spring training. You can't look at the final score and say, they play like shit. They're going to be shit. That's how some people look at it. I wouldn't say a lot of people look at it that way, but we just got to take it, and we got to look, and we got to go, okay. From game to game, we got to see either progression or have somebody new step up and show us something new. That's why tomorrow they're taking on the Tampa Bay Rays, 107 first pitch. So these videos are going to continue. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I really hope you did. The Jays, we're excited for the season. I'm pumped for the season. I think this team's going to be a pretty good team. And with David Price being out a little while, I don't think he's going to have Tommy John. Didn't sound like it. But he's injured. And he's with his weird delivery and how his arm stops, you never know. The division might be up for grabs again if the Jays have a good starting rotation, if their bullpen forms out nicely, and if they can get timely hitting, this team has the opportunity to possibly take the division. Now, it's going to be tough to take it from Boston, but I think this team has every opportunity to battle with them. The Yankees aren't as great as they were. They're a retooling team. The Baltimore Orioles, they really didn't improve at all over the offseason. I mean, they lost some pieces, right? They lost their catcher, Matt Wieters, and that was a tough one. But, you know, I just can't see them being any good. And the Tampa Bay Rays are a team that's rebuilding their team. So the Jays and the Red Sox, I think, are the two teams that are going to be battling up at the top for the division. It's just a matter of who comes out on top. I think that's really what it's going to come down to. So we'll talk to you, you know, I'm just going to briefly say we're going to talk to you guys again next Saturday. Again, same deal. We'll talk from tomorrow's game Sunday. And we'll talk to you post-game next Saturday against the Phillies. All right, we'll talk to you guys then. All right. So if you guys like the video and you enjoyed the video and you're fired up for Blue Jays baseball, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hey, hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. It means a lot when you hit the subscribe button. And man, is it good to have this jersey on again. Oh, but I need a new one though. I'm not gonna tell you I won the back because it's it's a little sad. But if you guys already know, then I apologize because I feel like an idiot. But comment down below what you guys have thought of the spring training so far. Who's impressed you? Who's been looking shaky that you're like, well, this guy's got to step it up a little bit? Who's been a young guy that's really opened your eyes? Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys later tonight, Raptors edition. It'll be a little bit later. It won't be directly after the game. It'll be a little bit later. And we'll also talk to you guys Tuesday night Leafs edition. They're taking on the Detroit Red Wings. Back at home, the Leafs desperately need a win. And, like we said just a little bit ago, next Saturday, Blue Jays edition, is we're going to talk about the Rays game. The team, well, Team Canada is actually, the WBC's coming up. Baltimore, Philly, Detroit, and Philly again. We'll talk about those kind of games. And Blue Jays baseball is in less than a month. It's about a month. Can't wait. Oh, it's going to be exciting, all right? So we'll talk to you guys then. See ya.